Francesca. I'm 16 years old. I go to Taradale High School and I'm interested in learning about fruit production.
Francesca has headed to Hastings to take a look at the CRASBORN fruit operation. The company run a large export pack house and they either own or lease some 30 orchards in the area. It's harvest time and orchard manager Shane Flynn is going to show Francesca what his job is all about.
Hi Francesca.
Hi Shane.
Got plenty to show you right in the middle of harvest.
Okay.
Follow me.
Cool.
At this time of the year, many seasonal workers head here. At Tamata, the orchard Shane manages, there might be up to 80 workers. So to get an idea of the scale of this operation, Francesca heads to a great vantage point.
So is all of this here your responsibility?
Yeah, so we run from the top there all the way down until the big sheds at the back. It's about 50 odd hectares of just apple and pears, just pip fruit.
So it's into the orchard where Francesca gets to learn all about apples. Shane grows several varieties and Francesca's going to get a taste of some.
And here we've got Red Delicious, Granny Smith, Royal Gala, Lady in Red, Fuji Supreme and Fuji Candy.
Why the newer varieties? What's wrong with these ones?
It's pretty much market driven, so the markets are after high colour fruit that'll catch the eye.
At the start of a picking shift, Shane conducts what's known as a fruit lineup where the team learns what standard is required. Using fingers as a measure, he shows Francesca what size they need to be.
Okay.
Time to put her new knowledge to the test.
Yep.
Okay. Good fit. 4 fingers.
Awesome, perfect size.
There's a right and a wrong way to pick. Cadet Harry Fraser shows her how.
Palm on the bottom, slowly sliding up. Yeah, and just remember that technique to slowly slide up.
Okay. What would happen if I just pulled it? Will it damage
If you pull
the
it off,
apple?
yeah, you're actually potentially breaking off other apples that can potentially fall down and bruise other apples at the same time. So you've got to be really careful.
So they must be gently handled all the time and then very gently lowered into the bin.
During harvest, up at times at the peak of the season, I can have 70 to 80 people on this orchard picking, tractor driving, forklift driving, truck drivers, and everything. So it's quite a busy time, a lot of stress, but it is enjoyable. Keeps you busy and on your toes.
Shane's been keen to embrace learning new techniques, and his many awards show just that. The pip fruit industry is changing, and one of the biggest changes is with the size of the trees.
As you can see, Francesca, these are big old Granny Smith trees that have a lot of work involved in picking, seeing they're so large. Whereas in here, we're in a dwarfing variety with dwarfing rootstocks. The trees are a lot more accessible, but they're a lot more flimsy, so that's why we need the support structure here with the 5 wires holding up the tree to carry the crop.
Today, Cadet Harry Fraser is meeting primary ITO training advisor Norm Miller for an assessment. Norm is a dedicated promoter of the Hawke's Bay fruit industry.
Okay. Well, the industry really needs people like Harry, and there's just about an insatiable appetite for that. All the cadets that we put through the program are easily employed at the end, and often are leading hands, managers even, and some of them go into other jobs around the industry, such as agrochemical reps or tractor salesmen and all sorts of things. One of the perceptions that's out there is that this is about climbing ladders and picking fruit. It's much more than that. It's actually science in action. There's a tremendous amount of planning, important decisions to be made. It's not just picking apples.
When the fruit starts to ripen, apples are randomly selected for testing.
This is to be done to test the fruit for pressures, sugar levels, to see if they're ready and to make a go date when we start to pick them. And we've got to not just do one tree, we've got to do 10, 15 trees spread out through the block.
Francesca heads to the CRASBORN lab in Hastings. Here James Jones shows her how the tests are done. The percentage of colour or blush is recorded, then using a colour scale, the shade of the greenest part is recorded too.
Not that one.
70% one, that's correct.
Next, a pressure test, which records the firmness of the apple.
So it goes in as far as the notch and then you release it. and a recording is electronically transferred to the computer.
So Francesca has a go. The machine she's using is called a penetrometer. Finally, sugar levels or bricks are measured using a refractometer, and a few drops of juice are dropped on a pane.
So what's the reading?
15.2.
That's quite sweet for a Fuji.
The combined results will indicate when the apple should be picked. Here at the CRASBORN packhouse, many tons of apples are processed for export every day.
They come through the grade tables. This is one of many, as you can see. The ladies here are sorting. They're looking for defects. So anything that is no good for export market is removed. Moving on down through the sizer, we take a photo, looking for the colour of the apple. Are they nice and red? And the machine sorts them by colour break. So nicer colour will go to one market, a lower colour will go to a different market.
So it can tell the colour.
It can tell the colour, absolutely.
Back in the orchard, there'll be many weeks before the harvest is finally over. And with 70 or more seasonal staff on board, it's set to be busy for a while.
I believe, to be honest, the right people are the people that turn up to work with a smile on their face and the right attitude, and the rest can just come naturally as we train them.
So, has Francesca been a good apple here?
Francesca's done really well. She was very keen, asking very intelligent questions, and she turned up with a smile on her face, so we're halfway there already.
I really enjoyed my time here, especially learning about the different kinds of fruit and seeing what happens to them when they leave here. I think it's a really interesting industry.
The cadetship program is a partnership between the local Growers Association, primary ITO and local polytechs, and private training establishments. There are no specific entry requirements. You earn while you learn. There is a shortage of people working in the industry, so career prospects are excellent.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.